All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So with the new format that I have on this channel, you know that I am looking at the best used cars that are available on the marketplace. As often as possible, what I try to do is I try to identify 3 cars to look at basically across different platforms, spending some time at my family's house here in South Florida. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so the first car that I have identified is this beautiful Porsche 1988 911 Carrera Coupe Commemorative Edition. It's very similar to my car because it also has a 3.2 liter flat 6. It is finished in a beautiful and stunning diamond blue metallic paint. It's got a G50 5-speed manual transaxle transmission. It is beautiful. It is well done. The thing that stands out to me, though, is that it has 354,000 miles. Yes, you heard that right, 354,000 miles. It's nearly triple the output of the miles that my car has. You know, I barely just got over 100,000 miles. This car has well over 350,000 miles, and I could see it going another 400,000 because this car, what's cool about it is it's a driver. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The car has been modified. It has an engine that was rebuilt just last year, so it is completely refreshed, and it has all the documentation and the receipts to prove it. I see this as a very cool opportunity to get into a very good car for a very low price, relatively speaking. This car currently has a bid of $38,000, and there's 2 days left to auction. And it's finished in a diamond blue metallic over a silver blue metallic supple leather. Now, those original seats have been gutted from the car because you can imagine, with 354,000 miles, the car definitely has seen its brighter days. And one of the pictures features the driver's seat, and it looks like the seat has been farted on many, many times over. So you can imagine these seats are not in any way in good condition. But what I love about it is that the original equipment does come with the car. But I see this as an opportunity because those seats are extremely rare. These seats were only issued with this specific car when it was released. The Ferry Porsche signature on the headrest, that cannot be replicated, or it can be, but it's going to be very hard to do. An upholsterer will charge a premium. What I would do is I would personally reupholster everything around that seat. Obviously, you know, you're going to remove the seat covers, but you're going to rebuild the entire box spring or whatever, the horsehair padding and everything else, the foam, everything that comes within the seat. And I would try to color match the leather and even re-dye the leather to its original configuration. I think that would be the most responsible thing to do while the seat is out of the car. Because these seats currently are not in the car because you have a very modern Recaro seat that is currently in the car, which I think is a proper substitute because the modern Recaro seats are going to hold you a little bit better than, say, a seat from 1988. It's just basic common sense. But I do like the fact that it comes with the original equipment, and since it's not in the car, you might as well take your due diligence and rewrap the seat while retaining and saving the original parts of the leather that can be saved. Basically, you're sectioning off the seat and trying to save as much of the originality as possible, and then after you color match it, it would look like an original seat, and I think that would be the most responsible thing to do. The next car that I saw is also on Bring a Trailer. This car has significantly less miles. This is a 1987 Porsche 911 Carrera Coupe G50, and what I like about it is there's no reserve, so you know that the car is going to sell. I think this is a really cool opportunity to get into a really cool car that features a more common color. It's marine blue metallic. It's not the diamond blue from the previous one that I was talking about. It's marine blue metallic paint, 3.2 liter flat 6. The mileage is unknown, so you know the odometer may have broken at some point throughout the history of the vehicle. 144,000 miles. And this is a really cool opportunity to get into a really cool car. And the thing about these 87 to 89 G50s 3.2s, the 3.2 liter flat 6 is bulletproof for the most part. They're not notorious for leaking. This looks like a very clean car. You know, once I go into the photo album, the underside of the car is clean. It has a clean Carfax. It's been well taken care of. The upholstery is phenomenal. The beige leather, it looks like it has been replaced at some point or another, but overall it's a very clean car. The steering wheel has been replaced with a Momo wheel, which that is absolutely okay because that's a modification that I have done myself. I still have my original wheel in case I ever want to go back to it, but yeah, 144,000 mile 3.2 G50, you can't go wrong. But the third one that I'm going to feature, 3.2 G50 Cabriolet, 1988. Beautiful car, and I really think that the cabriolets are really underappreciated right now in the marketplace. Everyone is obsessed with the coupe. I'm a guy that I like convertibles. My 560 SL was a car that brought me a lot of joy, getting the wind in your hair. Hearing the 3.2 flat six with an open soundtrack, I think that the cabriolets and the Targas especially, you're able to hear the exhaust really well. In the coupe, the sound is a little bit more isolated to the exterior of the vehicle unless you lower your windows. With the cabriolet, you get more of a motorsporting feel where you don't necessarily need to add a exhaust system to your car in order to hear the sound. My 3.2 at home in New York, you don't necessarily hear the soundtrack that loudly. Like, I can listen to the radio, I can take phone calls in my car with the Porsche Classic radio. I'm able to do a lot in the car and drive it like a normal car. With the cabriolet, you may get a little bit more wind turbulence as you're driving through the road. But this black on black 911 Carrera Cabriolet with 94,000 miles, right now there's 6 days left and the current bid is at 21,911. I think it's a really cool car. And it features a beautiful tartan green plaid interior. You know, the interior sold me. I think this is a really cool car. And being that I'm in Florida and I don't have a Porsche here, what I have here is a Land Rover Discovery. Having a convertible in South Florida seems like the cool thing to do. The only thing is you'd probably want to drive it at night because the sun here is intense. And having an SUV here just makes a lot of sense because my entire family congregates here in Florida. But speaking about this 911 Carrera Cabriolet, I just think it's a fantastic value. It's a fantastic opportunity to get into a really cool car. And what's unique about Porsche is the only brand where the coupe is worth more than the cabriolet. If you go through the likes of Lamborghini or especially Ferrari, a Ferrari Cabriolet, a Barchetta, any of the classic Ferraris, when you drop the top, the price goes up. So the top goes down, the price goes up. That's the classic saying. That's not necessarily the case with Porsche. When you have a coupe, the price goes up because it's got that racing heritage. Unless you're talking about a 356 Speedster or any of the special models, then the case is different. But for the standard cabriolets from the 1980s and the 70s, whenever you get into a convertible situation or a Targa situation, you're gonna get a bargain. And I think that's a really cool opportunity to get into a really cool car at a relatively low price in comparison to the coupe variants. So yeah, these are the three cars that I featured. It happened to be 3.2 911 Carreras from the late 80s. My favorite car of all time. Thank you for watching. If you like what I had to say, or you have any cars that you want to suggest, leave it in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell me the cars that you want to see featured on this channel, or things that I might want to feature on this channel because, hey, you never know. It could generate a sale for you or for one of your friends a little bit quicker. I'll talk to you later, and I will see you on the next episode. Happy driving and take care.